Alrighty, we're live. We are. Alrighty, guys. Welcome to today's session where I'm going to be talking to you about one is not like the other. And you'll be able to see what I'm talking about here in a minute. I'm listening to right now Bon Jovi, God Bless This Mess. Isn't life a bit interesting? And yes, guys, I'm going to add a bit of filler here right now. For you guys that are watching the replay, I'm going to add a bit of filler for a couple of minutes to allow people to log in, and then I'll start to get in with the markets. But the filler is this. Isn't it funny, guys? Sometimes, when we look at life, right, we always, that whole grass is green on the other side thing, right? When we start to make more money, then I'm going to be happy. When I have the amazing relationship, then I'm going to be happy. I'm in a shit relationship right now. All I need is a different person, then I'm going to be happy. And you're with that different person for maybe 6 months, and now you think, shit, why aren't I still happy? And so on and so forth, right? And one thing that I have totally come to, and yes, for you guys that are watching the replay, once again, I will be getting to the markets and talking about why one is not like the other. But it's interesting, guys, and that's where, like, I really find meditating and gratitude and just trying to bring yourself back to a nice, calm place. And I'll give you guys a bit of a story here just before I get started into the markets. But before I do get started into the markets, guys, obviously I want to just bring up my typical disclaimer here, so I can start with that first. Guys, you know the deal. And if you don't, do not place a trade based on what you'll see in this session today, because trading is risky and it can cause substantial financial loss. If you are trying to pick tops, bottoms, gamble, get in when you think hope or fear, then I'm telling you right now, just take this as education only, okay, guys? Because there's so much area, like, you really need to be disciplined, strict, and have a good plan, all that sort of stuff that goes into become a good trader, okay? So just do that, okay? Now, also, guys, before I do start, also I want to just give you guys a quick little update. If you guys haven't got access to the Master Trader Lab, then if you guys haven't got access to the Master Trader Lab, just quickly, I've added right now the Grab the Market by the Balls trading course to the Master Trader Lab. So when you log into here, you can get access to this for free today. And if you like it, then you can stay a member. If you don't like it, then you can remove. First, you're going to get access to today's this month's education. Then you're going to get access to the foundation, Kim's talk. This is my mentor. His interview, a lot of great stuff through here. The chart reading mastery stuff here. The chart reading, the advanced chart reading stuff. The millionaire mindset, which is my mentor here. And also the Grab the Market by the Balls course, which also gives you the ultimate trading system, the blast off trading system, millionaire mindset techniques, and so much more. So I just want to quickly walk you through that. If you guys haven't got access to that, the whole deal is this, guys. Go to mastertraderlab.com and you can get access to this for free right now. And if you like it, then it's only $6 a month to stay a member. And I'm always adding new content. So for people already if you're already a Master Trader Lab member, then log into here. Make sure you check out this month's education or this month's training. Focus on what the market's telling you right now. And also make sure you start to get access to this Grab the Market by the Balls trading course as well too. So I just want to give you guys a quick little update to that. Now, let me move forward. Let me talk about this, guys, just before I get started. One thing that I've realized, guys, is that we always are trying to strive to become better in our life, right? But whenever we force things, whenever we try to rush things in our life, it just seems to end up going backwards, doesn't it? Like, I see it so many times, so many times in my life. And you guys probably know what I'm talking about, right? Whenever you rush something, anything in life, whether it's trying to lose weight, whether it's a relationship, whether it's trading, whether it's anything, a business, you just end up tripping over yourself, right? Now, there's a difference between working hard and trying to rush the result. And there's that delicate balance, you know what I mean? And now, lately anyway, for me, guys, for me personally, I've had a problem. I've lately I've started to become more and more and more impatient. I've noticed that. I don't know why. So I've started to do things to help me be more patient. So for example, guys, I, I would say a lot of the nights throughout the week before I go to bed or before I have dinner, I have a nice hot bath just to help me relax. There's some sea salts in there and all that sort of stuff as well too, some oils just to help me relax. Now, in the past, my sort of mind is that I only can sit in this hot bath for 10 minutes. Now you're probably thinking, what the hell has this got to do with trading? This has got everything to do with trading, right? And so I could only sit in this hot bath for 10 minutes. You know, you may be able to only sit in front of the charts for maybe 1 or 2 days before you start to get what? Itchy. Like I want to move, I want to move, I want to move, I want to do something. That was the same with me in the bath. So what I did at the start of this week, just something fascinating. At the start of this week, I put my timer on, I put the nice music on. It's just nice, wave music and stuff like that. Nice meditating music. And I set my timer for 20 minutes. And as I was in the bath, as I started to feel like I wanted to start to move because I'm a very active guy, I was trying to move. I just said to myself, relax, be patient. You're almost there. Relax, be patient. You're almost there. Relax, be patient. The results coming to you right now. Relax, be patient. It's coming to you right now. Just relax. It's coming. Just relax. It's coming. And what I did, guys, I'm telling you right now, I think it was Monday night, my time. So Monday night, my time, I did that. And I'm telling you right now, guys, that last probably 5 or 6 minutes, it felt like pain. Like I just wanted to move because I can't. Again, I've had a problem with being impatient lately. So I put myself in a scenario where I'm like, I had to force myself to sit there and be patient and allow things to happen without me doing anything. Big key, right? Allow you to sit in front of the charts without you doing anything is one of the biggest things, right? Patience, which is also people over trading when they're not impatient, when they're not patient enough. So what ended up happening was, the interesting thing is Monday night came, and then Tuesday night, the next night. So Tuesday night, the next night, I went and had a hot bath again. But guess what? It actually felt a lot easier. I just laid in the bath, and I'm like, okay, that felt so much easier. Then last night, which was Wednesday night for me, it's Thursday morning for me right now. But Wednesday night, last night, I hopped in the bath. I'm like, man, that went quick. And it went boom, just like that. And I found myself just by a few days of forcing myself to be patient. Now, guess what, guys? Now, when I'm looking at the markets and what I've done this last couple of days is I realized that I'm no longer starting to get impatient. Now, thank God that my impatience is not causing me to click the button, which is a really, really good thing. And so, guys, the purpose of me saying this is that where do you need to work on in your life? See, as you can see, right, what I did there had nothing to do with my trading, but had everything to do with my success in trading. And so whatever you think, guys, whatever you think you need to work on, start to do things that's going to cause you, that's going to help you with that. So mine was this last couple of weeks, I'm starting to feel impatient, and only because I've got some things going on right now in my life. I'm just trying to man, I hope, I wish time would hurry up because I want this result quicker. And so I'm trying to rush time instead of just trying to enjoy the moment and enjoy the process. That's what's happening there. So, that's the story that I wanted to tell you guys before I look at the technicals, because as we know, right, that you can have a really good trading system, but if you're not consistent, disciplined, and patient, those three things, consistent, disciplined, and patient. And my last one was, I'm good at consistent and being disciplined, but my patience, I was becoming very, very impatient. And so by doing something to help me with that is going to have a tenfold, a 10x effect, and not just in my happiness, because I'm noticing that I'm not getting as stressed as much. I'm noticing I'm actually sleeping a little bit better as well too now. And I'm noticing that I'm not freaking out as much now, about some certain situations in my life. So there you go, guys. There you go. I wanted to touch on that first because 80% of your success, probably 90% of your success comes from within your brain, and within how you talk to yourself, the positive thought loop. Are you saying that there's an amazing trade just around the corner? Or are you saying, I haven't had a trade for a couple of days, so I need to get in right now. This looks like a good idea. Are you saying, I need to keep trading, I need to keep trading, I need to keep trading because you're trying to make money? Or are you saying, you know what, I need to stop trading right now, and for the next few months, I need to develop a really, really good trading plan, a really good trading setup, and prove to myself through back testing and so on and so forth, and to set up some really good trading rules that I know that if I did that for the next few months, then I could move forward faster. I can move forward faster. So let me touch on this, guys, here just for a minute. If you guys haven't got access to my Flow of Success book, then just go get that. The links are in the description there. And I know I'm going up a little bit of a tangent here, guys, but it's really important you understand this. Flow of Success. I'm just trying to find my book on my hard drive. Let me see if I've got it here. Just give me a minute, guys. And again, guys, I will get to the charts, but I'm just trying to share stuff with you that makes a difference. If you don't see this, then it's not going to. It's not going to help at all. Where is that? Damn. I didn't find my own book on my hard drive. Hey, Jesse, you know I know where you live, right? I'm coming to see you right now. I'm gonna fight you. Alrighty, here we go, guys. If you guys haven't got access to the Flow of Success book, then you can do so. There should be a link in the description there somewhere. Where is that? This one right here. Yeah. But this is the Flow of Success book here, guys, that I want you to see. And then there's where is it here? Be the person who wants to see the world, do your part, everything. Better questions, breaking past sticking points, focus on. All right, listening to the man above. Tapping the power. This one here. Pain and pleasure actions, enjoying time off to move forward faster. Here we go, guys. This is actually this one right here, right? So enjoying time off to move forward faster. And one thing that I talk about in this chapter here, one thing I talk about in this chapter here, guys, is that whenever you are, actually, you know what, guys? For you guys that are part of the Master Trader Lab, if you guys are the Master Trader Lab, I'm going to add this as a bonus as well to it. So I'm going to be adding a lot more stuff to it as well too. So I'm going to be adding this. Plus, I also have something like an 8 audio series that goes along with this here as well too. But you know, take a break and you deserve it. One thing that I've realized time and time again, guys, it's just been so helpful for me, and when I get it right, it works wonders. Is that whenever I stop and I sit back and I stand back instead of being rushing all the time, it's like, okay, what actions do I need to make progress, right? Because so many people are running around like a mad dog, running around like a mad dog, trying to move forward faster. But if you enjoy time off to move forward faster. So what I mean by that could also be just a few hours, right? Just to sit back, take a hot bath, maybe go for a walk, and say, okay, what am I doing? What am I trying to achieve? And am I actually doing the right things to actually make progress? There's a saying, I think there's a saying out there, right? Like 10 minutes or 20 minutes of planning can save you 4 hours of work or whatever. If you are not doing stuff that's actually actively making progress towards a certain goal, so at the end of this year, you're going to arrive somewhere, guys. And it doesn't matter whether you have $1,000 trading account or a $10,000 trading account, you are going to arrive somewhere. What actions do you need to start doing? Again, an example for me was that I was starting to notice I was starting to become very impatient with the markets. I was trying to force it in the last couple of days when I've been trading the futures and Forex market, I'm becoming very, very, very antsy, very, very, very antsy. And so for me personally, I realized that I had to sit back a bit and start to help myself calm down a little bit, then so I can move forward faster in a big, big, big way. So guys, and that's at the end of the day, we could buy the book. I think, yeah, you could buy the book on Amazon, Bo. I think it's like $3 or something. But yeah, you'll be able to see all that sort of stuff. But anyway, the thing is this, guys, is that if you are not actively making that small progress towards a certain outcome, if you are just going crazy in the markets, getting in when you think it's a good idea, getting in, getting out, and all that sort of stuff, getting in when you think it's getting in when you think it's a good idea, getting out when you think it's a good idea, and all that sort of stuff, and you're rushing. If you gotta be honest with yourself, right? Look back over the past and say, what are my results? Because that's all that matters, right? Is your results. Your result is all that matters, and you got to put it down to some categories. Firstly, you know, when it comes down, firstly, like, how happy are you? I'm going to say that's your first result. How happy are you? And if you're not really, really happy, then what can you start to do to start to change that? Because happiness comes from, I believe, conditioning your brain, right? Conditioning your brain to focus on what's right instead of what's wrong. Because our brain is as a survival mechanism. So our brain is here to tell us what's wrong in life. But we know we can condition our brain, right? So if you just stop for 5 minutes per day and say thank you for everything in your life and be grateful for that, guess what? Now do that for 30, 60, 90 days, you'll start to become a lot more happier. Why? Because now you're conditioning your brain, instead of focusing on all this shit that's out in the world, you're starting to focus on what's right. Because what's good and what's bad is always there, right? So if what I have found in myself anyway is that the more that I can continue doing the gratitude, and sometimes I do it twice a day, just for 5 minutes, just to stop and close my eyes and just say thank you for everything. The house, the computer, the internet, my microphone, the food, the car, the wheels of my car, everything. And the more that I do that, the more that I start to become a lot more happier with inside myself, because my brain by default now is starting to focus on what's right instead of what's wrong. So I just wanted to touch on that there, guys. So if you haven't got the Flow of Success book, guys, go get it, because I guarantee you it's going to help you in every area of your life. I guarantee it. Yeah. So let's actually get straight into the let's get straight into let's get into the markets now, guys, and then I'll go through the chat box here in just a minute as well too. Now, one is not like the other. What was I talking about when it comes to the technicals here? One thing that I've noticed, guys, when it comes to the Dow Jones and the S&P 500 is I've noticed this time and time again, that sometimes when the S&P and the Dow Jones don't do the same thing, when they're not doing the same thing, when they're decoupling, so to speak, right? Because the Dow Jones and the S&P 500 generally go in hand, right? 90% of the time. Jesse B, I'll get to you in a minute, my man, all right? I'll get to you in a minute. I just saw your comment there. I was just reading it, but I'll get to you in a minute about what you just said there. Here is the thing, guys, okay? Now, one thing I've noticed is that again, the S&P and the Dow Jones should 90% of the time, right, go hand in hand. They pretty much go together. But one thing you'll notice, right, is that when the Dow Jones starts to do something a little bit different, just a little bit different than the S&P 500, that's a warning sign. So if you can see my bottom chart here, and this is the top right chart up here, this is the S&P, this is the Dow Jones. Now, look at this. Isn't this interesting? The S&P actually made a slight high compared to the previous high and actually came down and closed near the high. So we actually could be, where's Rav? Rav said he shorted again yesterday. He's freaking out today, I guarantee it. And even that guy who said I loaded up on TVIX. Like, where are you? So anyway, hey Rav, hold on to your options, my man. Fighting the market. Anyway, so but Nolan Rav, he's gonna come back with you added more? Jeez, adding to a losing position. Yeah, that's a winning strategy. Anyway, I'll get back to the markets. But anyway, the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones, right? The S&P 500 and the Dow Jones, they're not doing the same thing here. Now, either two things is going to happen here right now, guys. The S&P is going to drag the Dow up, or if the Dow fails here, and we start to roll over to create some sort of lower high and we start to break down, then we're likely to start seeing a downward movement here. Oh, is that the reason why you're short now, Rav? Yesterday, it was because the GDP. The day before was because something that happened with Trump. The day before because it was a recession. Today, you added more because negative divergence. Geez, I love your trading plan. I can get so good, consistent results with that. So that's what's happening here now, guys. Okay, as you can see, right, one is not like the other. If you look at the Dow Jones and the S&P, now once again, guys, if the Dow Jones fails here, and the Dow Jones is failing here, if we start to roll over here, this could be a little bit of a fake out. Rav, it's not about being right, my man. It's not about being right, Rav. You know that, man. Come on now. I don't care if you make money on this trade. It's not about making money on one trade or two trades. It's about you just getting in because you think it's a good idea. Long term, my friend. Long term. And your ego right now is like, you watch, I'll be right. You're wrong, John. I don't give a shit if you're right or wrong. All I care about is you're following a proven plan that you can trade for the rest of your life and build confidence with that. That's all I care about. Because it's not about me being right or wrong, right? It's about just looking at the market. So as you can see here, guys, right, that the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones are doing something different here right now. The NASDAQ, right? The NASDAQ is also making a slight higher high as well too. The IWM, the Russell 2000, is not. What is it doing? It's actually failing here. We're failing to break up to those highs. But the main ones that I look at, which is the S&P and the Dow Jones. Why? Because they pretty much go hand in hand. They pretty much, right? If they pretty much, right? They pretty much go hand in hand 100%. But when they start to decouple, that's when you start to see something underlying on the surface is not quite right now. Now, guys, as I said before, majority of the time, I'd have to say 80% of the time, this is a bearish sign. Now, I have seen there's been plenty of times where the Dow and the S&P were like this, and the Dow caught up to the S&P 500. But once again, guys, if the Dow fails here and we start to roll over here on the Dow, this last little push up here on the S&P 500 is likely to be some sort of false breakout. Now, I'm actually starting to slowly veer towards the ladder, which means some sort of false breakout. Now, why am I saying that? Just how the markets work. So let me go through to here. All right. So if I look at the S&P 500, right, and I look at the Dow. So if I look at let me move this over here for a little bit. Let me squeeze this up. All right, cool. There we go. All right. So if I look at this here, I can see that the market right now, right? The market right now has had a big run up, and then we've had a bit of a sold off, and now we're trying to go for another bit of a push. it hasn't had enough time to refuel to go for another run yet. Now, that's general terms, right? The market can do whatever the hell it wants to, right? We can just go for another big move to the upside. But there's a high probability that this is likely to be a bit of a double top, more likely to roll over here. Looking at this here, only because the Dow Jones or the S&P where it is right now, and only because we've had such a move up. Now, again, we may get it. We may get some sideways movement here for a while. We may get some sideways movement for a while and then continue up. Or we may start to get a bit of a reversal here soon as well too. So the Dow Jones, guys, the S&P 500 is doing that. But if I look at the Dow Jones, you can see the Dow Jones right now, it's actually failing where we are right now. So this is actually quite a weak sign. I must say, short term, guys. I'm talking about short term, right? It doesn't mean long term, but short term. It's quite a weak sign. So, but once again, guys, I have, as I said before, one's not like the other. So I have seen probably 20% of the time, the Dow Jones then catches up to the S&P again. And then what I've seen majority of the time is that the S&P, when the S&P is stronger than the Dow's telling us something. The Dow is telling us something that something's not quite right here. Even though the S&P's break up to a new high for the year, the Dow Jones is not. And that's actually quite a weak sign. Now, again, guys, I'm talking about a short-term movement here, okay? A short-term move here. So it'll be really interesting to see what actually happens through here, guys. Oh, man. All right, so it'll be really, really, really interesting to see what's happening. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. Again, guys, I'm not saying the market is going to go down, but it'd be really interesting to see how this all plays out. If the Dow Jones does fail here and we start to roll over, we could get a bit of a sell-off. Now, bear in mind, guys, we did create a significant higher high. So this actually could be this could be also just a nice move down, guys. Just a nice move down before we start to see another move up. Because we had a nice move up from here, I'm expecting some sort of a decent pullback. Now, this decent pullback, what is still against this move. So, so the pullback is against this move. So therefore, this pullback is expected, right? So we could get a little bit more of a pullback and then bam, go for another rally again. Because remember, we had this big strong move up and now we're getting a little weak move down. So the overall buyers are in control, and trying to short the market right now is very, very, very risky, because the pullback here, which is against the trend, against what the market is telling you, against the buyers, this pullback here could be very, very, very short-lived, and we could just continue running up from there. So trying to short the market right now is absolutely the most riskiest strategy on the planet. Why? Because this pullback here, especially this pullback here, is very, very, very weak. We may continue getting some sort of a pullback, but that's basically what the market's there. So for you guys that are short in the market right now, you're trading with your ego, you're trading with your head, you're trying to pick tops and bottoms again. If you're right now, and by you people, for you guys that are getting in right now, and then suddenly the market went up. So I added more, and then the market went up again, and then I added more. Guys, that's actually a very, 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 very risky strategy, because you're not respecting the market. You really are not. And there's been so many times, guys, when fundamentals in a stock or in the market doesn't mean that something's going to happen today. So with that being said, guys, let's go and continue on here. Let's actually go through. Hey, John, update on silver and gold. Well, sure, update on silver and gold. Again, pretty much no man's land. We're still stuck in this sideways sort of triangle pattern over here on my weekly chart, which is really interesting. And we're also getting just a bit of a lower low. So we could be getting a lower high through here. So there's pretty much just sideways right now. There's no one clearly in control. So again, this is what's called a time phase. We've had a nice move up. Now we're just going sideways, and it'll be interesting to see where it actually breaks out. Same with silver as well too. Silver's doing the same thing. Look what silver did. It came right down to this level of support, rejected it, and now it's actually rejected through there. So we did create a lower low. So we could be creating some sort of lower high here soon to actually roll back down again. Short term anyway, guys, short term. This analysis applies to people that are trading the markets. Trading the markets. I thought about you and Jesse B today again when I saw the S&P and oil going up again. You were right, John. I did all go up today, didn't it? I haven't checked all today. Well, there you go. Jesse, I tell you what, Jesse B's trying to fight this market this whole time, this oil going up. And he's still, I tell you what, Jesse B, he's been all over the place. He was long over here, and then on this drop down through here, he was short because Donald Trump said so. 2 days later, he got out, and then he's still trying to say the market's going to go down. Short. Jesse B, I hope you can see, man, what I've been saying to you for the last few months. You were not respecting the market. And then we get a breakout here. Now, the breakout may continue, may not, but again, you're trying to fight the market, bro. You're only going to keep getting smacked. So, yeah. Let's also check out question, why are put premiums more expensive than calls while this rally is running up? They're like $1 more. Well, if that's the case, Fireban, that just simply tells me there's a lot more people buying the put options than the call options right now. Now, that may or may not be a sign, but if that's the case, then that's generally what happens, is that because there's a lot more demand for these options, and when you start to get a lot more demand for the options, the option price can move significantly without even the stock price moving. And how that happens is so much demand for that option, it just pushes up. I've been in plenty of trades where the market has only moved up a couple of percent, and my option's up like 50%, which generally doesn't work like that. 50-60%, and only because there were so many people that they were pushing the market up at that time. Pushing that option around at that time. For you not trying to fight the market. Cool. I'm in cash right now. Just understand the premium difference. Okay, cool. Yeah. That's all it means. P Oz. JNUG. Same thing as JNUG is JNUG. Once again, the overall big picture here is JNUG could be creating some sort of a false breakout here, but which is this point down through here. But looking at this level through here, we could be getting some sort of a, again, there's nothing changed through here, guys. High, low, high, low, high, low, lower, low, clear, lower, low. We could be getting some sort of lower high here, and then we go for another big run to the downside. Remember, guys, the market is always giving us clues. This here is a warning sign to say we should not be long. If you're long right now, if you're long JNUG, that is a warning sign to say, you know what? There is not a probability of this continuing up right now, because this is the last low. A lower low is not buyers in control. So we could be getting some sort of lower high here, especially because we're still stuck at this major resistance level here on this weekly chart. We could be getting some sort of lower high here, and then we actually then continue this downward trend that we've been on JNUG here. That's where, guys, the market is always telling us what's going on, right? We're always getting some sort of a clue of what's going on here. And that's why when the market does this, you have to respect that. Look at this here, guys, right? What do we have here? We had a high, and then we had a low. What was this? This was a higher high. What was that? That was a warning sign, right? The warning sign. Now the warning sign from the seller's been in control. Now we could be getting some sort of short-term upward move, right? Because we got a higher high, just like we're getting in the indices right now. Then the market comes down. What do we need? What do we need now to confirm that the buyers are in control? Higher low. Market came down through here, created a higher low, up we go, and that started this short-term upward move. Because of the daily chart, guys, you know, you've got to understand that the daily chart, you know, can change within a few weeks, or within a few days, really. So you got to flow with it, right? This is just flowing with it. So we went from a lower high and a lower low to a higher high, higher low. Who's in control? Buyers. And then we started this step up. Now we've come back down to create a lower low. And when we say don't fight the market, when I say flow with the market, this is what I mean. Right now, this is a low. If we create some sort of lower high here and we start to break down from here, especially if we get like a big down candle like this here, like a big solid green down candle with a big volume spike, there's now a high probability that this is probably going to come down and test the lows and maybe even go even lower. Now, I'm not saying that's definitely going to happen because, again, no one knows, but what the market is telling us right now, if you are trying to go long this market, the market is saying, just like Jesse did on natural gas, right? This is the exact same thing Jesse did on natural gas, and he was trying to pick the bottom. I don't get it. I don't get it. Jesse B's like, he tries to pick the top in oil when it's going up. He tries to pick the bottom in natural gas when it's going down. Only buy something when it's going up. Only short something when it's going down. You have a much better chance. Like natural gas, right? This market came down, and look at this here with natural gas. Market came down, made a what? Made a significant lower low. When the market does that, the market's giving us a clue. There might be sellers in control. The market ran up here, created a lower high, and then the market came down through here, created a lower low. What could this be now? This could also be what? Another lower high, and then the market breaks down. Now, it may or may not. That's why we need to flow with the market. If we're trading the daily chart, we need to flow with the market. Let me go back over here. Right? Look at this here, guys. We had a high. We had a what? A equal high. We had a low. We had some sort of high low through here, didn't we? And then the market broke up. Then we had what? Then we had a clear higher high, higher low, market breaking through here. Let me delete this here. This is where the market broke through. Now breaking what? Breaking above previous resistance. So at this time, now you never knew that this big move was going to happen, but at this time, if you're looking at the market at this time through here, why would you want to try and short this? Because the market is telling you, right, we had a high, we definitely had a higher low. So in fact, right here, as this market created this higher low here, right, so you can see we had, and the market's telling us, right, look at this here. We had a low, a high, a lower high, an equal low, an equal high, a what? A higher low. That's the market telling us. The market is telling us. That's why I say respect the market. Forget your ego. Respect the market, because the market is telling us, oh, look what's going on here. This is a higher low. And as soon as we start to break out above here and we start to get some nice big movement, nice definite movement away from this here, that's now confirming, oh, look, high, higher high, breaking through previous highs is now what? Buyers in control. The market ran up, created a significant higher high, higher low, bam, and away we went. And then we had a big move. Now, we had a big move. Where did it run to? That's where you go to your weekly chart. Look where it ran to. It ran straight to this area of resistance on this weekly chart over here. Straight to this area. Coincidence? I think not. That's where, guys, I'm telling you, you must respect the market, because the market is giving us clues all the time. And you've got to throw that ego out the window. You really, really, really do. So this was the time to be long oil. Now, what tends to happen as well too, when what I say don't fight the market, is that yes, you could be in a big bull move, but if something goes vertical like natural gas did, guess what happens? When vertical price happens in a market, what is that? That's now bubble territory. And when that happens, what goes up really quickly comes down really quickly, right? So if you had a nice bull market, then that'll be good, right? But if you're in a stock and you're in it, and yes, you're with the trend, but then we had a big move up, what goes up really quickly is likely to come down really quickly. Oh, look, lower high, lower low, and down we go. That's the reason why, if you guys know, towards the end of, actually, this was 2017. If you type in John Howe Bitcoin, you'll be able to see these videos that I did. But you'll be able to see those videos. But around 17,000, I was saying that this cannot last. Why? Because once you understand once again, how the markets work, is you've got exactly what I'm teaching you here, but then you have a big bull move, right? A big bull move and a big vertical action. Yes, buyers are in control, but now what are we creating? We're creating a bubble scenario. And when something goes up really, really quickly, it's likely to come down really, really quickly. Now, that's not always the case. Sometimes we can just what? Sometimes we can just go sideways for quite some time and then go for another run. So that's where, guys, the same with JNUG right now is like we must respect it. Same with the GDX. Same with all of these markets here. We must respect it. Okay, high, higher high. We might get some sort of high, lower high through here, and then we start to roll over again. That is a possibility still. And so, but once again, guys, is that this is where it's like flowing with the market, right? Flowing with the market, it's all about probability. If this starts to break back above this new high here, 23.50, well, now guess what? Now we're back in what? Now we're back in bullish territory. So anyway, so let's just go through this. There we go. There's actually a bit of analysis there on JNUG. Let me actually bring this screen up here while I'm doing my Q&A. Alrighty, so hey John, ACB breakout, oil breakout, yeah, or oil breakout, yeah, ACB. Let's see what my software's not loading up. Why not? Come on now. Come on now, guys. Just give me 30 seconds. I gotta go pee. All right, I'm back now. And my thing still hasn't loaded up. Are you serious? All right, you know what, guys? Let me do this here. While I'm loading up my screen, I'm going to bring up my camera here. I need to restart my thing here. What's up, guys? Peace out. I've got the New York shirt on. How bloody fancy. So I've finished my green tea, guys. I'm just loading up my software. So if you guys are wondering why I'm filling in time, I'm loading up my software. So don't get your knickers in a knot. I've just finished my green tea. So I have lemon and ginger and also just a normal green tea. Sometimes I have matcha, but I use a straw because sometimes my teeth go yellow from drinking so much green tea. So I drink that. Then I've got some BCAAs in here with a little bit of caffeine in it. Because it just helps me through my fasting. I did like a massive workout again this morning, fasted, cardio for half an hour. Last 5 minutes was sprinting. So it just keeps me going. I'm just trying to load my software up right now, guys. So that's why I'm filling in time. So if you guys are wondering why I'm doing what I'm doing, then yeah, so. Come on, software. You can do it. There we go. Cool. All right, cool. Alrighty, so ACB breakout. Yeah. Isn't that interesting, Jesse? Isn't that interesting, my man? When we have what? When we have a low, higher low, higher low, sideways movement. So we've got the buyers raising their prices, squeezing up. What happens? We end up getting a follow through. Oh, wow. That's right. Because when we have higher lows and higher lows in the markets, that means buyers are in control. So there's a high probability of that continuing. Oh, interesting. But you know what? Let's actually go look at oil here. Oh, what do we have here? We have a low, a higher low, a higher low. You know what? I think I'm going to short this market. I know that I'm long ACB right now, but you know what? I know the exact same pattern, the exact same formation on oil, but I'm going to go short oil and I'm going to go long ACB. Even though it's the exact same pattern, even though the market is saying where the buyers are raising their prices. Interesting. But yeah, we had a nice breakout. Cool. Now this breakout here with this volume here does look like we're probably going to start to see a move back up to the highs here. Now I'm not saying that's definitely going to happen, but you know, probably over the next month we're probably going to race up to new highs up here. That's what it looks like there for me, especially squeezing up here. Now we're breaking out there. So that's where it looks like it's going to try and run to now. Interesting. So there we go, guys. So that's basically there's your analysis on there, Jesse. I hope you can see, my man. Like you're doing your head in because, yeah. But in any event, even if you do make money on any of these trades, there wasn't any real plan. It was just because you thought it was a good idea. Anyways, my question is genuine. I'm trying to learn this. I would think premiums would be higher on the side of the direction move. Not necessarily, no. Not necessarily Fireban. Are you talking about options there? Not necessarily. What will happen, yes, if we start to get a nice big move, if we start to get a nice big move in a direction, because it's been very quiet right now, volatility is low. Okay, so if I go back to the S&P even the Dow Jones or the S&P 500, SPY as an example, if we go to the SPY, right, we haven't had a lot of volatility in the last week. So volatility both in the calls and puts have gone down because we haven't had a big move in either direction. So when that happens, we've had a move that's come down. All right, volatility's come down in the market, so therefore volatility in both calls and puts have come down. Now, probably the reason why the puts are a bit more expensive because people are buying a lot more puts right now because of that. And that's the way it works. SRH, AXU, and WB, I bought them mid-Feb, all making higher highs, all at resistance and about to pop. I told you about 2 weeks ago. You said you see nothing. Oh, Dimitri. He's trying to be right with me again. Well, I said I see nothing compared to what I trade. And I hope you can see DMIR, Damar. It's not about you being right, okay? I love how people say, "Oh, John, I told you about this 2 weeks ago, and you know, you said you didn't see anything, but I told you about it, and I was right." Where's that ego? Throw your ego out the window. Not about you being right. It's not about being right and wrong. It's about you trading a setup that you believe in. Oh, I told you I was right, John. people got to throw their ego out the window. Do you prefer day or swing trading? Office, I answered that question yesterday about that. I'm not a day or swing trader. I'm a trader. I buy the book right now. Fantastic. Only trade a proven setup. Yep. Thank you, John, for your channel. It's hard in this day and age to remain positive. News only forces on negativity, especially a lot of YouTube channels talking about the economy. Yeah, well, stop listening to that shit because it's not going to do you any good. And Jesse B, you of all people, you know, have fought me so much on this. And you don't realize that just like I'm saying here right now, you're counteracting. One trade, you're actually going with the market. So at least you had that. You're going with the trend. So you had that ACB, and long and behold, look what happened. And continued in that trend. It's the high probability. And then the other trade, you're going against the trend. And the only reason why you're short oil is because you think Donald Trump said that oil is expensive and it's going to go down. So therefore, I should short it. Because you're taking all this advice based on what other people think out there, and it's just not good. And that's the reason why, guys, and I'm telling you right now, The truth are in the charts. It's not in some YouTube video. I'm not here to say I'm right or wrong. I don't give a shit about what I think. It's not about me. It's about, okay, market, you tell me what's going on. And about the things I'm telling you in this session today, sharing with you, this is how you start to really, really get ahead of the market. You added more. Well, Jesse, I don't know if you follow the Money GPS too. If you listen to this guy on YouTube, you short the market all in and you jump from a window to kill yourself. Okay. I have 20 years left on my freeze dry food. I don't think it's gonna get that bad. People have been saying that for years. You gotta buy lots of food because we're gonna run out of food. I don't think so. Sold my calls on ACB, John. Very happy with my first trade. Okay, Tony. Okay. The best thing you did with that, Tony, ACB, was that you're going with the trend. All right. So as you can see, right, you're going with the trend. There wasn't now the weekly trend, which is important, right? The weekly trend, which is important. There was no weekly trend. It was pretty much just sideways through here. What was happening on the daily chart though, right? You were doing what? You had low, higher low, pressing up. So you're going with, so at least at this time here, you're going with the trend. You're going with the market. You were respecting the market. So that was the best thing you did there. Now, it doesn't mean that's going to happen all the time. And you still need to fine tune a trading strategy of knowing exactly what to look for and what the entry bar looks like. But yeah. Cool, officers. Oh, crap, where'd that go? If put is more expensive, it's a divergence as well. Jeez, look at Rav. I'll tell you what, guys. Rav, man, this last few weeks, he has brought everything out to support his trade. everything. To try to be right with the market. Oh, my goodness. I've been there. So you may be right. You may be wrong, Rav. My question is, how can you replicate what you're doing right now for long-term success? Love this channel. Natural grass absolutely destroyed my account. Adding to a losing position. Huh, interesting. Rav, adding to a losing position. Ever since then, it's been so rough. I did learn from that a lot, though. Really? Really, Jesse B? Really? Did you really learn from that? Because, man, you've been all over the place still. You've been all over the place. So, Jesse, I hope you can see, man, right? It's not about me being right. All I do is what I say, what does the market tell me? Then go with that. The market's always giving us clues. The market's always giving us clues. We don't realize that. We think it's something massive. We think it's the economic data is going to move the market, all this sort of stuff. It's the mini ice age, natural gas bubble. ROQ was read on multiple time frames. Cool. Hey, John, is it true that directions 3 times ETF have a decay on them? People were saying to never put your money on time decay. Then when you were looking for long-term stocks in the thousands. I don't know. I don't know, Jesse. You also said here, Jesse, JNUG, perfect example, and UWBT also perfect example, JNUG. Okay, cool. Blast off system. Oh, Nikki. Oh, Nick, you're talking about ACB. It's sort of a blast off system. It's not exactly because it's not really big enough. But yeah, you are right. We had a high, small little high low, then a breakout. And because we're breaking out of this resistance here right now with volume, it doesn't mean it's going to happen straight away. It doesn't mean it's going to go straight up, but we have now a good chance of running back up to this $12 level now. I did switch to bull on oil when it broke through resistance, my man. ACB had most volume I've ever seen. Jesse B, do you even realize what you're doing, man? You are all over the place. No, I'm short this market. Oh, no, I'm long this market. No, I'm short. No, I'm long. You have been short and long more times than I think I've changed undies in this last week. In oil this week. Amazing content on the Master Trader Lab, John. No problem. No problem. Please and thank you. No problem. Hi, John. Hey, Wesley. The ACB options expire Friday, so I had to sell. Fantastic. John, can you have a look at Google? Beautiful breakout on the daily, but volume isn't strong. Do you always look at volume? I always look at volume with my setup. Well, you know it's true, Jesse, right? that's your biggest problem here, Jesse. Right? You're all over the place, my man, and you're trying to. And it seems like to me that you're trying to make your money back from your natural gas trade instead of slowing down. You're making it worse. Google. All right. Look at Google. So there's really no clear trend on the weekly chart there. Daily chart. We actually had a significant area of resistance on the daily chart right now. Yeah, Google's ugly. Yeah, we're in a bull market here. But man, that's an ugly stock, man. This is a volatile stock. I'd stay away from this, guys. I'd stay away from Google. It is just a volatile, ugly stock. And I wouldn't want to be touching that. No. Smooth is best, guys. Smooth is best. My most successful trades come from smooth price action. Even when I'm trading the Forex market, guys, when the market starts to become very, very ugly, very, very choppy and up and down and up and down and choppy, it's just a very, very low probability time. The thing is, guys, is that when we start to get smooth price action, as in the charts, that's where you have high probability setups, the highest quality trades. I'll give you an example of a smooth setup. Let me see if I can bring this up here. There was a trade just recently that happened. Let me go to my charts. All right, not that one. All right, this one right here. There was a trade just recently. All right, look at this here, guys. This is NQ. Look how smooth that price action is, right? See how it's very, very smooth. This actually was a trade here. This is a 2-minute chart. I'm trying to find that the hourly chart. All right, so see how smooth this is? It had a nice move up and then a nice move down. It wasn't very choppy and ugly. And then we had a nice move through here and a big breakout bar. That was a beautiful, beautiful trade. That was. And then this one right here. Here it is here, right? So look at this here, guys. Look how smooth this is. Now, this is a 15 and an hourly chart, but I want to zoom in on the hourly chart here just to give you guys a bit of an example of smooth price action. Is look at this here, guys. Look how smooth this is, right? So we had a nice move up, and then we had a nice just sideways movement, right? See how it's not very choppy. Look at my moving average pointing up just nicely, very, very nicely pointing up. We had a move up. We had this is an hourly chart, by the way, guys. And then we had a big breakout. Look at that beautiful, beautiful trade there. Beautiful trade. For you guys are not even part of my coaching program. I'm giving you part of my trading system here right now. For you guys a bit of a clue. I'm not going to tell you the trading system, but I'm giving you clues about the trading system. But anyway. there we go, guys. So timeless, come on, man. Who would buy stocks going into negative earnings? Timeless. Okay, cool. I think it's the Aussie account as well. The what? The Aussie account. Okay. Pull up UGAZ and look how much it used to be. It says 99% down from the highest. Yeah. UGAZ. Yeah, but that doesn't matter, right? That doesn't matter. Because if natural, the fact of the matter is, Jesse, is if something big, if like for example, if we're gonna see a big bull move in GDX, I guarantee you JNUG is gonna do 3 times that. If we do see a recession, then then like things like the TVIX, I know someone just recently bought and he's been very quiet. Who is that guy? Guys, give me a yes in the chat box. You remember that guy that happened a few weeks ago and he said, I've loaded up like $30,000 worth of TVIX. You will see. I'm going to be right. And then he disappeared. He hasn't come back again. He hasn't come back again. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where are you? I'm looking for you. There's always been like that. Wall Street is on sugar high from Fed. You know what? That sugar high can last a long, long, long time, Rav. You realize that? Hello. What are media? What are media that use in this sample? No idea what you mean. John, please talk about J hook and take a look at, I think it's the beginning of a formation. Have no idea what a J hook is, but I can look at the PBY. Stay away from this thing. This thing's ugly as hell. Stay away from it. Don't even know what the hell. Don't even know what a, yeah. Oh, Trade Doc. Was that you? Was that you that bought the TVIX? How's your panties, my man? How's your panties? Stop being so disrespectful, John. I'm only shitting with you, man. How's your pants right now? Because we could be getting ready to go for another run here. The market can do exactly what you don't think it's going to do. No, not me. Okay, cool. I'm only shitting with you, bro. Cool. Rock out with your sock hat, mate. I just want to make money. Tired of the egos. One included. Oh, always short early and exit too soon. Help, John. Keith, what you need to do is stop trading until you have an exact setup and an exact entry of what you're looking for in a trading setup, and then only take that. If you are getting in because you think it's the top, you're getting in because you think it's the bottom, you're getting in because you think it's a good idea, or your fear of missing out, this is your problem. And so you need to spend time either investing in someone or spending the next few years, because that's probably what it's going to take you realistically, to figure out a trading pattern that you truly believe in. And then only take that. And then you'll start to make money. And if you can be consistent, disciplined, and patient, and only taking that one setup that you believe in, then you make money for the rest of your life. Like with my setup, I'm set for the rest of my life, guys. I know. All I have to do is just only take that and take nothing else, and I'm going to make money for the rest of my life. I know where I'm at. It's not about me being right. It's like, oh, I placed this one trade here, John. Oh, you don't understand, John. I told you this. I told you this 2 weeks ago, and look at it now. I made money. Big deal. I made $1 million in this trade. Big deal. All I care about is how can you replicate that for the rest of your life so you're set. I made $1 million on this trade. I made $500,000 on Bitcoin, John. You don't know. I told you were wrong. I told you were wrong, John. Bitcoin is the thing. I made $500,000. And then I spoke to that same guy 12 months later. Yeah, you know what? I lost $500,000 plus another 200. Oh, okay. I'm still wrong, right? Boeing Rev. I'm not going to put that comment on because you can't see that, but Boeing. Yeah, you know, Boeing for me personally, it does look like that something's about to happen. It does look like this was a bit of a blow off top, and now we're probably going to start to see a bit of a descent on this one here. So it's really interesting. I do believe we're likely to start seeing some sell off over the next few months or so, because we went up through here, right? We went up, then we went sideways for a while, and then we had a big blow off top, and then now we've actually had a big drop down. So this could be the end of Boeing. Or maybe not the end of Boeing, right? But because we actually ran up so quickly, it does look like that we may be able to get we may get some more downside action out of this over the next few months. So there's a lot of things happening with Boeing right now, which is not good. Look at Rav. I tell you, Rav. Rav is doing anything. Have you guys noticed that? Have you guys noticed that? Rav is doing anything he can to try to find any evidence on the reason why he's right with the market. Yet he's looking at everything, the interest rate, the recession coming, this, that, the Fed fund rate, all this sort of stuff, which is big picture, yet he's trading the market on short term. He's probably going to get in and get out on a short-term basis. This is one of the biggest problems, guys, with a lot of traders is they place a trade and then you're an economist. Okay, Rav. Well, if you're an economist, being an investor, not a trader, because I saw that. Oh, the offices. Rav, if you are an economist then, and you're using big picture analysis, then that's my one big short, man. Wow, you're trying to make that one big short. Wow. You know, we could go through stagflation, you know, Rav, where we just go sideways for maybe another year or so, and maybe it's at the end of this year. Maybe it's 2020 that we actually start to see the recession start to really hit the market. Now, I do believe we're going to go through a recession, yeah, but it may be up for another couple of years. John, what do you prefer, long options over selling premium? I just buy options myself. The reason why I buy options is because I have my trading setup that I look for, and then all I do is I use options to trade the markets. DG has earnings tomorrow, and they have been on a smooth move up for the past few months. I'm still not sure. Well, if you're not sure, you shouldn't be in it. If you're not sure, you shouldn't be in a trade. Oh, Rav. Oh, okay, I see. So Rav shorted that October and he made money from that. So he was right. Now he went long and he closed out too early, but he made money on that. So he was right. So on this third trade that he's doing right now, he can't be wrong. So he's going to keep doubling up and doubling up and doubling up and doubling up, just like Jesse did when the market was going down on natural gas, and just like the market's doing right now when it's going up. And then he's going to sit and hope and hold and pray. The thing is this, guys, is that this is my personal belief, okay? When I have a trading setup, I know 100% that this is an A quality setup. And when I get in, I'm not going to scale in. I'm not going to say, okay, well, let's just test the waters to see if it's going to work. And then if it does start to work, then I'm going to put more money on per trade. No, wrong. If there's a really good, high quality, high probability setup, why not go all in on that one? Now, I'm not mean all in on your entire account, but if you're happy risking a maximum, say 20% of your account, as an example, or 10% of your account, that's your maximum what you're happy risking in the markets, maybe even 20%. Then if you're so confident about your position, why not just go all in at that time? That's what I do. I wait for the perfect time, the right setup, the right entry, an A quality setup, and then I'm like, boom, I hit it with everything I have within my risk management. I don't say, well, I'm going to get in now. I'm going to see how it works. If it goes against me, then I'm going to buy some more. If it goes against me, I'm going to buy some more. Litecoin. I'm not sure about that right now, Litecoin. So there we go, guys. There we go. So, guys, that's it for me today. I'm done for today. As I said before, guys, if you guys are interested in getting some of the access to the trading systems and stuff like that, then you can grab a free trial to the Master Trader Lab, mastertraderlab.com. If you guys haven't got access to that yet, you can do so and start getting access to all the education there. So, all right, guys, well, that's it for me today. It was a pleasure doing this live session again. I have heaps of fun. Hope you guys are starting to learn some things. I may have to say the same thing over and over and over again, but you'll notice as the months go on that this will start to click. All right, guys, talk to you later.